Welcome, hello everyone, thank you for joining me for our latest video, and on this one, we've got our boy AoW Regal coming in, and this of course is the Griffin trap that I've got for you today, and we've got 2.8 million troops as the bait. It's just a sprinkle of T2 and T3 from just when this account was a rally trap. It did have a lot of T2, now not so much. And I'm just hitting a false info and just using it to bait people in for either a solo, or if they're dumb enough, they can rally it. So you can see I've got my 8 marches of T4 hidden, you know the score, we're Griffin trapping baby. And Griffin trapping towards the end of 2022 with all these crazy updates and stuff. I was a little bit hesitant how much it would even work, especially with everybody using bots. But actually with bots, it kind of just means that they come for me straight away. They kind of just pop out of nowhere straight away, so that's kind of cool. So we got Regal, and Regal's from a big old guild AoW, and he did solo me with a leaderless T5 and T4 march, and he got me good baby 801k reds. So now he's realised that was a false info. He was sat there for way too long thinking about it, and now he's going to get the job done. But the big question is he going to lure anyone in for some solos for the Griffin trap? So I wasn't too sure if he would or he wouldn't. It's not even that much resource. I've got just under a bill food and 1.5 bill of everything else. I was kind of wondering, is he silly enough to lead his guild over to certain death? Is he? But after killing some troops, he might just think, you know, it's a solo trap or a bad, big, dead account with resource. I don't know where the solo trap came from, but yeah. So it's an interesting time when I'm sat here on the Griffin waiting for all this to go down. I've kind of got used to it over the years. I don't really get too nervous anymore, but I would like to go to some big kingdoms again and try and get nervous, like this kingdom. But not enough people come over. I was hoping like a few families would see it and they'd all pop over for the resource party, but I didn't really have enough resource anyway, so we're going to try it one day. One day I will get over 100 marches, so 19.9 million damage for me in that one. Now finally, the lemons have come over, and we've got 2 lemons. We've got Ace Bad Pengu, and we've got this other guy down below me. So I'm going for it now. I pulled the troops home. I've got 11 marches just coming in as I pulled those troops. I'm going to pop the shield, no leaders captured. On that one, Cha made a big boo-boo, baby. Yeah, I actually didn't swap gear, ouchie. And I didn't swap talents. I was in training talents, so I'm a bit of a lemon. But I made it, I survived, I wasn't on fire, and I just had to build back a little bit of T4 cav. But this guy, oh baby, he lost some T5. That's another T5 march. So he lost, I think, 3 marches of T5, and his friend there, GIW, lost, I think, 5 or 6 marches of T4. So that was a really good little pull. You know, nothing too special, nothing too crazy, nothing to write home about. But Ace Bad Pengu, my man, you're such a beast. What are you doing? Sending that T5 to farm, bro. 231k. Oh, ouchie. And then yeah, that was this guy. We'll have a look at it in a second, but that was a big ouchie. And then Regal coming in, bringing them all over. That's my boy. Bring your lemons over. So 270k on the first one. And this was pure T5 reds. So that's crazy, let alone the wounded. That is just annoying. Next guy takes 200k, 200k T4. And then again, we get a T5 march from my boy Pengu. And again, that was a nice red count on that one. 150k again. So yeah, he had a hard time losing his inf there on that one. He had a real hard time with that T5. I love to see it. Chuck it out there, baby. Chuck it out there like it's cheap. They be using T5 like it's T1. I love to see it, baby. Love to see it. So it's a real treat. Griffin trapping still works, and I thought maybe this kingdom still has some potential for me. I was hoping to bump into my beloved LH, because LH back in the day when I first started Griffin trapping, oh baby, they gave me a lot of love. And look who's scouting me now. LH3, LH99k 4W87 or whatever it was. So yeah. He's coming in standard again. I've got a little bit of T2 out this time with only a 3 times false info, with a sprinkle of T4 at the top for him this time. But still, again, leader hidden, 8 marches out. I've changed the leader, changed the name, didn't change the guild. And yeah, so in he comes to get this done. He's 2.5 bill. He is quite the beast. 129 castle stars. He is looking like a beast. And again, it looks like he's just going to go in straight with the solo here. And why wouldn't you? because that test march always does some good damage, because obviously I only have very little troopers. So that test march did 39k wounded. Now I expect him to come in with Le Solo, and that is exactly what he's going to do. So let's see how this goes down. Here he comes. And this, of course, was his solo with the leader. It was a cav march, and he sent it in infantry file, which I think is interesting. And yeah, so he got the burn. He's now obviously realised that I've not got as many troops as I was showing. And yeah, so he's going to come in, get the rest of the troopers, and then hopefully, he is going to invite over his lovely lemons, just the same as Rhaegal did. So 1 lemon inbound, and yeah, I'm just sitting here really now just praying that they're going to invite a couple more people. He's sat right next to me, farming me with T5, so that's a good sign. He obviously feels very confident that having just zeroed this little target, this little trade or whatever it was, that he feels confident that this isn't now a trap, and it's good to see. Love to see it. So with the confidence inbound, he's now inviting all of his guild. They all come spawning over. Lovely little lemons. Love to see them putting in. And they all start sending T5. Now, arguably, I should have just pulled it now. Just go, like, boom. Take them all as they're walking towards me. Kind of together. But I really wanted to try and wait and see if more people would come over. Maybe another LH guild. More boyfriends, more girlfriends. More people. You know, that's what I wanted, but it didn't quite happen, so I wasn't going to get greedy, and I also wasn't going to let them take too much. So I kind of just waited for one of them to walk back. You'll see what I did. I waited for the LHCCCCCCC guy to walk back, and then I decided that he was going to be the kind of marker. So I followed his first march, hopefully, sort of. And this time I'm in talents. This time I am going to swap gear, and we're not going to have any unnecessary damage, I hope. And I should really try and heal up before I put away, but I don't really feel I need to, because this Griffin trap has 8 marches. I do feel a lot more confident to do things I maybe shouldn't, like not healing. But yeah, so this first march is coming in. It's roughly 40 seconds away. So by clicking on it, it's just going to follow that in, and I know it's going to take me roughly 6 seconds, obviously, to pull the troops home and random reload away a couple seconds more. So I know that when it gets to around 10 seconds, I want to pull the troops home, and what we get is what we get. And they haven't taken too much. I guess they have taken quite a lot, because these guys were going ham. They were sending T5, T4, like there was no tomorrow. So hitting the homeward bind, switching into attack gear, you go Cha-Cha, getting ready to random reload, nice and quickly there, no mistakes at all. And I even captured 2 leaders that time. That is a real treat. Now let's port back in, see if we can get any more marches, but not on this occasion. So run away quickly before we get killed by the scary Chinese man, and then hit the shields and let the leaders do the walk of shame. So we've got the CCCCC guy, and we have G6, G9 Tian. This guy, yeah, that guy. And I'm not going to lie here, these guys kind of made my day. This was a pretty average Wednesday in the life of Cha-Cha. I set up the Griffin trap. Because of the bot, they came over straight away. And I mean straight away, the scouts come in. And luckily for me, they were actually dumb enough to fall for a Griffin trap towards the end of 2022. As if they haven't been around long enough and big guilds haven't been educated about them, they still fall for it. And we got Pengu losing a lot of T5 earlier. And now we've got these lovely lemons. Some of them did lose a little bit of T5, like this guy with the 80k reds and even the 120k wounded. We got GTN with this 300k march, which did actually have 250k reds T5. Love to see it, love to see it. Oh, it's a little bit savage how much that makes me happy. Really is. I love to see red T5s on a Griffin trap. It just really is a beautiful thing. It has to be said. So this Tian guy really did lose a lot of T5. That's a little bit brutal. And of course, the CCCC guy did lose a lot of T4 as well. And then a few other little lemons in the mix as well. And you can see on my side, because I actually was in gear, because I was in war talents, I didn't take any damage at all. And the infirmaries have the kindness of swapping out the T2 that's in the infirmaries and putting T4 in there for me. So that's a real treat as well, that the infirmaries do that, especially for the Griffin trap. So these guys got absolutely taught a lesson, and it's lovely to do it. I'm glad it could be me. Big shout out to L4 Trance and LH3, and of course AoW as well. And honestly, I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's good to be back in the griffin trapping game. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in a stream or a video very soon. Goodbye.